Excuse me. Evening wet shavers, how are we all doing? You alright? Charlie here with another video. This time I'm going to be going through my Rolls Razor purchase. Picked one of these up last week off a woman who keeps her eye out for vintage items for me. So she picked some up with Rolls Razor. Pretty much a complete set really. It's got the strop and the hone in there with the little mechanical thing that you do. I won't show you the workings of it because that's probably another video on itself. And to be fair, there are a couple out there. There's a couple of videos on YouTube of people using and demonstrating Rolls Razors, so I won't bother. More about that later. Right, so, excuse me. So tonight, I'm going to use that. I've banged on and finished, I've finally finished one of my shaving products, some Prince Pre-Shave. Well, it's not pre-shave, it's actually a shaving cream, but non-lathering. And as I often cite on the website, on the forum, I use it as a pre-shave. It is actually a pretty good one. But I do have something new to go in its place. Cade Cade shaving cream. Now this was, I'm going to be absolutely ridiculously expensive. It's 30 grams, which is about an ounce for the American brethren, for £8, which is about $12. Which, to be fair, this is a better. Well, I was thinking it was a bit of an impulse purchase because it was in a brick and mortar shop in the Trafford Centre near where I live, and it was a bit of an impulse buy. I got home and I thought, do you know what? I could have had 150 grams of Taylor of Old Bond Street, or that is probably not a hell of a lot more expensive than a large tub of Truffet Hill. So I'm hoping that this is pretty good. If it's not equal to or better than most of the shaving creams I've bought before, I will be rather annoyed. Anyway, enough of that. Right, proof of the pudding's in the eating and all that, so we've got enough on there. Soapy Badger, give it a shake. Let's lather up. There, we're going to need a bit more water than that. Smell is, yeah, it's quite nice actually. It's a nice smelling soap, cream. The lather though, so far, don't know if it's my face lathering technique or what, but the lather's nothing to shit over yet, ring home about. Not exactly popping. Although I did apply, in an effort to use it all up, I did apply that non-lathering shaving cream rather liberally. So rather if it's having a negative impact on that, we'll find out on the next pass. But as you can see, it's not exactly foaming like a bastard. Whether or not it's my technique or I've not got the right water to cream ratio yet, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to spend 20 minutes lathering this if I don't hurry up. So, oh Jesus, no, I can't get away with that. I'll have to bang a bit more cream on hopefully and that'll sort it out. So is it there? You can hear him in the background having a whinge. He's tired. Should be asleep by now. Let's try a bit more cream and see if that works. No, not really. Not really happy with that at all. So far, not good. The scent is good but not great, and the lathering properties of this stuff is not good at all. Unless, like I say, we have better luck on the second pass. Now anyway, doesn't matter too much because that pre-shave does work pretty well. This is the Rolls Razor. I've stropped it and honed it. Set it in Dettol. I've watched a few other videos of people shaving with it. And we'll just give it a go. Wow, yeah. It's worked quite well. Now then, angle is a factor. You have to make sure that thing is as near vertical to your face as possible, otherwise it just starts pulling. But you've got to remember that as it's a blade that is honed, it's only going to be as sharp as a straight razor. So your specifically manufactured DE blades are probably going to be, I don't know if they're going to be significantly sharper, but they are more than likely going to be sharper than your rolls. But the first impression with it is, it's not actually half bad. It's pretty good. And it's actually pretty easy to use. Because as long as you keep a similar angle that you'd use as a straight razor, basically if you think of it using it as just a very, very short straight razor with a handle, you're going to get a pretty good razor shave from it. Well, obviously this is my first pass, I'm going to go with the grain, which I have been doing. Has a nice sing to it as well. Sounds very nice as you're using it. It's not really loud, but you can definitely hear the hairs coming off, which I like. You do have to go over some parts of your face more than once to make sure you've got all the hairs. But it is actually quite similar to a straight razor in that when you're watching yourself shave, because you don't have a cap on the top of the blade, basically that is your blade and then you've got a safety cap underneath it, where the tip of the razor, you can see exactly where the tip of the razor is going to touch your face, and so you can just get it done. And then you can see that lather was not my greatest attempt ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse my face off, I'm going to rinse the brush off and make sure there's no remnants of the shaving cream left. So I'm really conscious as well now. There's Mike Smith pointed out in that video that I pause halfway through my sentences, but I ain't going to change for you, Mr. Smith, so balls to you. I am who I am. Right, that's the first pass done. I'm not going to go mad. Again, don't need to do anything too crazy. Just go with a quick 2-pass shave. Alright, again, rinse that off. That's the brush, just making sure there's no remnants of it. Alright, pretty much sure most, if not all, of the pre-shave's been shaving cream's been taken off my face. Another decent sized squidge of the Cade. I only need enough for one more pass, so I'm just going to do one more pass. That's on there. Rinse my neck. Alright, get the brush. Is this a eureka moment? Possibly. Yeah. That lather is not. That lather's a lot better there now. There we go. Yeah, it was the pre-shave interfering with it, and now we have a pretty good lather going on without too much problem at all. There we go. A tiny bit more water should push me luck. And later it's a little bit creamier. Oh, have we gambled and lost? No, we're doing alright. Nice big paintbrush strokes. them though. I've definitely had much better lathering products than this. It's not a 3T's product by any stretch of the imagination, and to be fair, it's not even a palm olive in terms of the lather it produces. However, it's not all about, but a large portion of it is the scent and the quality of care it gives your skin. This is very quick against the grain pass. Stretch that skin, there we go. I think its lathering, or lack thereof of lathering properties, is because a lot of people will probably not use this cream with a badger brush, and they'll just sort of stick it on their fingers and whap it on. Well, I'd say it's not bad cream. It smells pretty good, but I'm not going, wow, it smells awesome. But the Rolls razor is performing admirably. I'm impressed with it. I'm getting a pretty good shave with this. It's mowed through 3 days of growth. Nay bother. Right. I think we can call that pretty much done. So, both, yeah, curiosity item, definitely. You can pick them up pretty damn cheap because they're not a particularly fashionable razor. Do you know what I mean? A Gillette Toggle, that is not, in terms of the popularity stakes. But, as you can see, alright, you hear that? That's against the grain. You can hear a tiny bit of stubble, but that is still damn DFS. That's still a damn fine shave for that one. 2 passes. And come the shave apocalypse, when you can't get your DE blades anymore, because the world's going plunged into a nuclear winter, you've got a Rolls razor lying around. You've essentially got a straight razor that hones and strops itself. So do you know what? I'm really impressed with that. And you see the modern equivalents, don't you? These things that you're supposed to put your cartridges in, and you go like that with a few times, and they strap and hone them for you. That was done. That was probably, I don't know what year they came out. Probably between the wars. I reckon that's probably 80 or 90 years old. Works brilliantly. The other thing as well is that case. Not that encouraging such behaviour, but you could easily beat a man to death with that because it weighs a fair amount. It's brilliantly made. That's why there's so many still knocking about. On another note, this stuff, Glenlivet 18. Ooh. I don't think you're supposed to gargle with scotch, but that stuff is unbelievable. If you like a smooth, creamy, sweet, buttery sort of scotch, that's your stuff. Really nice. Picked it up in Costco, about 34 quid. So it ain't cheap, but for an 18-year-old single malt, you're going to be out of push to find anything cheaper than that, and it's absolutely beautiful. So treat yourself. Get some of that. Right, we're going to use a bit of T&H West Indian Lime post shave. Don't know why I'm putting on my forehead, but I am. Then shave me fod. Alright, and we're going to use a bit of Eton College aftershave. Why not? Right. Now then, there we go. To be fair, I think when it comes to blades, I am pretty generous, unless they are absolutely horrible. Because it's such a subjective thing anyway, so unless I personally find it absolutely horrible, I'd recommend them to people, because people might have a positive experience, even if mine isn't necessarily an overwhelming positive experience. But the Rolls razor performed a lot better than I was expecting. 2 passes, no irritation, never used one before. Okay, I have used straights on various DEs. But, yeah, job's a good one. Right guys, thanks for watching, take care, see you in a bit, bye.